Hello there everyone, Antojai here, and I teach people how to turn Ascension into their everyday lifestyle. So on Mondays, I usually tend to channel like a really important message, right? And it usually comes to me late Sunday night or like late Saturday night, and I'm like, oh, gotta talk about this. So one of the things that came up over the weekend for you guys today to understand is, are you a healer that puts too much weight into the alchemy? And are you being realistic about what it takes to pull out the full effects of healing? Now, what am I talking about when I say that? There are a lot of healers out there that they don't believe in themselves. They believe in the alchemy or the healing modality that they're applying. Now, you only tap into 50% of your capabilities when you put in more of your willpower into and more of the power itself into the healing modality versus yourself. I personally train healers to understand that the healing modality is part of it. Is part of the medicine, but the healer themselves is the other half of the medicine. It's like, you're channeling a certain kind of healing modality, or you have certain kinds of knowledge when it comes to like healing, but if you don't have the level of like, okay, I know my healing can do this, and I know I can do this too, you're only ever going to have like kind of like an off-balanced medicine. Okay, the other thing too is like, a lot of times people are thinking about DNA activations, okay? And this is something I've literally been telling people for such a long time, and nobody wanted to listen to me until recently. Maybe you will listen. What's the point of you doing DNA activations if you're not physically maintaining your DNA, right? So many people are like, oh, well, I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna meditate, I'm gonna do all these DNA activations. Yeah, I'm gonna become a better person, but I'm still eating, fast food every day, right? And then when people start applying themselves and doing these kinds of like light activations, DNA activations, meditations, and they see that it kind of works but doesn't always fully work. Maybe them and their friend started off at the same time. Their friend actually has a different diet where they don't eat out and do all these other things, and their friend has like all these super powerful magical experiences, but the person themselves is still eating fast food, and they're doing the meditations and they're not seeing the results that their friend is getting. And then they say, it just doesn't work. It's just not for me. It's not that it's not for you. It's the fact that you are not keeping up with it, okay? So one of the really powerful things here that I like to bring to people and their consciousness and their knowledge is like, sometimes when you want to evolve, you need to recognize that you're not good enough to be in the manifestation of whatever it is that you want to have, right? So I talked about this in one of my Patreon classes most recently. Sometimes you have a manifestation and you open up this gate, right? Like a warp tunnel. You open up the gate and you're going through, you enter the gate because now you open up that manifestation, it's coming, right? You're in this tunnel until you can reach the exit point of that warp tunnel, right? You're going to be in the tunnel the whole entire time until you raise your vibration to meet the manifestation that you want, so that you can come out the other side of that warp tunnel gate, okay? A lot of times people are like, oh, I want to become a millionaire, but I don't want to do anything to like make that happen. I don't want to have to wake up and make a couple videos a day, or I don't have to want to go out and talk to people. How are you ever going to become a millionaire? It's the same thing a lot of times when people come to me and they're like, oh, I'm dealing with adrenal fatigue, but my diet is probably not the best. My doctor's giving me a bunch of medications, but nothing seems to be working. Tell me about your adrenal fatigue. What kind of water do you drink? Oh, I just drink tap water. There you go. Tap water has chlorine, has heavy metals, has all these other things in it. That's why your adrenal fatigue is happening. Tell me more. Well, I eat a lot of red meat. Red meat equals death and stagnation. Tell me more, right? And then I even have people come to me and they're like telling me, I've been doing Reiki for the last 20 years. I started doing Reiki because I was having, kidney problems. And I'd be like, okay, what is it that you like to drink on the regular? Do you just drink tea, water? What is it? Well, I drink a lot of Coca-Cola, or I'll drink a lot of pop, which is like, okay, high fructose corn syrup, like, is not going to be something that's really good for you, right? And like, some people can really let it go. Some people are just like, oh, soda doesn't have any sort of hold over me. Other people can't. And that's what's going to really pull out success in people. Like, you need to be willing to make the changes for yourself and incorporate light code activations. Like, if you're trying to do a light code activation that is opening up abundance in your life, but your sacral chakra, which is tied to abundance, is always being clogged up because you're always eating cheese, you know what I mean? And you're not letting your cheese causes stagnation. It makes things to get stuck in your system. It doesn't let things move easily. So let's say like you're always struggling at a certain time with the amount of money that's coming in. If you are an open channel, if you are flow, right, and you're causing blocks because you're eating cheese, and that's why when you're not having the abundance that you want, you can't complain. Like, ultimately, the physical energy that you consume, the physical energy that you're putting yourself through, rather, if you have a cell phone that has 5G, and you don't have a piece of orgonite on that thing, or you don't have orgonite over your neck, or shungite over your neck, and then you're wondering why you have a lot of mental fog, you're not paying attention to Ascension lifestyle. There are a lot of things out here that are not meant for you to evolve your consciousness. Like, a lot of it's out here to make your life convenient, but not necessarily help you grow. So you need to start looking at the radiation that you're exposing yourself to. Do you have Wi-Fi in your house? Are you doing anything to stop the EMF radiation coming off of your phone and your Wi-Fi router? Do you live by a phone tower? Are you taking precautionary steps to like prepare and grid your home? Are you eating properly? Things that are not going to self-sabotage you, so that when you do your DNA activations, they actually stick and they go deeper than anything else. If you have a clear body, if you have a clear vessel, when you do DNA activations, they're that much powerful, they're that much more efficient because there's less obstruction, all right? It just makes sense, all right? Like, a lot of times people are just sitting here with their head up their butt, literally thinking that like all the energy work, all the alchemy is just gonna create this magic solution that's gonna open up all these doors without you doing anything whatsoever. Like, quantum energy is quantum lifestyle. It's not just the moment when you go sit down with a healer and a healer heals you. It's the moment where before you go into the healer's like space, you are already taking steps to better yourself. Are you taking a shower? Are you giving yourself positive affirmations? When you get a healing, all right, you're going through the healing experience. Then when you leave the healer's office, are you modifying your diet? Are you being conscious of the things that you're exposing yourself to? Your diet also composes of the things that you watch. Like, if you're constantly watching horror movies, like, you're constantly introducing the vibe of fear and horror into your cosmic reality, into your epigenetic field. And then you're wondering why you have paranoia. Like, are you getting real? And then sometimes people are just like, oh, I just love horror movies. It's just something I've been watching my whole entire life and whatever. That's why you have anxiety. That's why you feel what you feel. I've done this like my entire life, and especially when I have people come to me and they're like, I just watch horror movies all day and I just eat sugar and junk food all the time, and they're like, I don't know why my life is just always in shambles. That's the first thing I tell them to do. Cut out the movie, cut out the food, and let's see how you feel in a week's time. Almost everyone who sticks to it comes back and is like, I feel amazing. Like, what else can we do? The people who come back who do not end up having that is because they rather lie to me and they say like, yeah, I did it all week long, but they only did it 2 days and like 4 days apart from each other, right? Or they just didn't put any effort into it altogether. You are ascension. Your whole entire lifestyle is the process of quantum healing and ascension. If you do not absorb that into your mind, if you do not start walking that path where you start using your tarot on a regular basis, or you start switching your diet, or you're incorporating energy work every day, you are not going to succeed. It's just a straight up truth. And if you don't like it, I guess you shouldn't be talking to me or following this channel, because I'm not here to like facilitate your codependency or enable you to not be the best you possible. You really need to start being proactive, because a light warrior understands that there are so many components affecting them. An ascension guide understands there's so many things out here that are working against you, that you need to become even more conscious, which is you using your alchemy to bypass the illusion that we live in, okay? This is Ascended Master Antojai sending you so much love, motivating you to get up off your booty, really start making these life-changing events happen in your life, and then spread that vibration to the world, because you are Ascension incarnate. That's why you're watching this right now. You need to be on top of your Ascension game, because once you are, life becomes easy. I know it sounds like really hard right now if you're especially having to make these shifts, but trust me, people who have gone through my program, my extensive program, get ridiculous results in 30 days. Like yesterday, I literally did an assessment where I told my student in a 30-day span to do all the things that I've been sharing with you guys here, and even more things that I haven't been able to share. And within 30 days, they had developed 8 psychic abilities with proficiency. 30 days, okay? All you have to do is make Ascension your lifestyle, and everything else comes as a result. These are really tiny things, and I can't give you like the full spectrum of everything that I do, because that's like, you know, a process. But take these small steps, and if you really want to take it to the next level, join the Antojai Quantum Alchemy course. That's gonna really open up even more doors on how Ascension and reality are you on a regular basis. Sending you so much love. Talk to you later.